What's up, friends? This is Manni, and what happens when Manni actually plays that freaking Ochokochi himself with all the most up-to-date nonsense? By the way, see you, man. Have a good one. Shooting him into the abyss after his ability. Now, that's the setup in use, ladies and gentlemen. We all know this thing is broken as heck with all the amplifiers, phase shift, of course, the new weapons, trickster, tamer, and so on, and the Kestrel drone together with the Paladin battleship. Now, all of that is pretty much the optimum, something that you typically don't see me run, because it's literally this brain dead and overpowered. There's nothing you need to do right in order to steamroll everybody, and it's just boring. It's plain and simple boring to play this setup. And that's why normally you don't see me run it. But in this video I'm gonna run it here to show you how it looks like when I use this power from the robot together with all the skills I have. For example, you see this player right here with his Okochi. Of course I noticed that he went there with his ability active 10 seconds ago. Of course I know that his ability is on cooldown now. And of course I dropped him below 50% with the first salvo so that his deft survivor or clever survivor skill is already used up, so he doesn't even get any second, third, ability charge out of that anymore. And yeah, so again, I noticed his ability. I'm staying on him as soon as I shoot him away and drop him off. So of course I will take some damage because it was literally the exact same setup that I've just killed, but I killed it coming out of that with half of my HP. Now, the same player returns with another Okochi, and he's bringing the new Brisant-like shotguns to the table now. Tremendous firepower, but he's coming here with his ability active. And there's already his second ability running. Why? Because his first ability was on cooldown when he got here, because that he wanted me this bad. He wanted to bind me into another fight super quickly so that he can kill me immediately after I destroyed his first Ochokochi, that he just didn't play well. He just came in, his ability on cooldown, and tried to fight me. What a terrible choice that was. So I just dropped him again. Then his buddy shows up in the most broken Dagon setup, but I don't care because I simply phase shift through my reload and his firepower while my ability came back from cooldown, and easy clap. Boom. Dagon has zero chance against an Okochi. If you play the Okochi well, the Dagon literally can't win. It's impossible. Especially with this type of setup here. So it was an easy thing to do that here. And now we're keeping on. You see, I've meanwhile regenerated a lot of health from the battleship shields, from the Kestrel drone kills, and I have a lot of guys on me, a lot of enemies constantly on me, and now they're beginning to play unfair. Now that's not cool, guys. Now they're bringing the Newtons already, and starting to lift me up, taking control of my robot, basically disabling my skills. And that's the problem that I have with the Rook. I could fight it, but I can't fight it, or I can't fight even other players because the Rook simply disables the skills from the game with that stupid ability that is unmitigatable. Not even a phase shift helps you out of it. It's just sad. But anyways, we're still here, and I'm even actually recapturing the beacon under pressure. Now I could not shoot him here, but he's gonna land because he's gonna land. But the next guy lifts me up, and I phase shift through that with my at least through a few shots I was able to phase shift. Activating my ability here, trying to capture the beacon, and I got it actually. And I am on ability now, so all firepower coming in is now reduced again. This other guy comes in with his Okochi setup, also ability on cooldown because he rushed in. I'm activating my Paladin battleship for a perfectly timed shield in the moment of which both our abilities is offline. So at that very moment I would be vulnerable, but I am not due to the 300,000 Paladin battleship shield. Now there's of course unlimited amounts of Newtons. I already killed a Newton, and there's still two more, and Ophion on me, and so this is basically the end. Not because I played bad, but simply because the skills were taken out of the game. The Newton choke ability came in, and that's it. Boom. I'm no longer able to dodge firepower. I'm no longer able to hide behind cover. I'm no longer able to apply skills to the game. It is just lift me up and kill me. Boom. So that's it. You can do whatever you want. That choke ability is an absolute disaster for the gameplay of War Robots. yeah, it's the most unhealthy thing you could implement to this game. But whatever, I've said it a million times. I'm just sick of saying it. I'm even sick of still seeing this ability. I'm sick of having no immunity to the choke ability after getting choked. I'm sick of seeing anti-control not doing what it's supposed to do, keeping control of your robot against choke. This is just freaking ridiculous at this point. Anyways, you see how it looked like when I play this Okochi. You can throw a bunch of similar, same setups at me and I'm just gonna kill them. Because that's still there. The skills in the game are still there. And the difference here is the skills just end when the mutants are in the game. That's when I can no longer play. Until the mutants are there, I can dominate the match and basically essentially never die. No matter how much you throw at me. Unless you come literally with 3 Ochokochis at the same time, replacing each interval with perfect cooldown swap and so on. You know, there's a limit to how much you can do alone, but generally, when I sit in this thing, I never die. I never die unless there are a bunch of mutants that focus me out and keep me in the lifted position where you cannot even activate your Okochi ability because you're not on the ground. Well, guess just a whole new layer of ridiculousness in that ability charge as well. So there was the first mutant here on Abyss, and of course I'm going to focus that thing. It's has to go because of the choke ability, not because of the firepower, not because of the hit points or its speed or whatever. No, simply and solely only because of that ridiculously annoying choke ability that just ruins the gameplay. That's why it has to go. And thankfully it's just one of them. If there's multiple ones of them, I would be constantly in the air. I would never be able to activate my ability, and it's just death, guaranteed death that would follow. Yeah, so needs desperate change, but whatever. Said it a bunch of times. Now this Ophion, I ignored him, and then I realized, wait a minute, your ability's over. So I activate mine and just launch him off into the abyss. That was hilarious because I know he's not able to change that anymore. The outcome is guaranteed. Unfortunately, I don't think I actually get the kill from him falling, but you know what, doesn't matter. I know it's my kill. And you may hear it, by the way, my voice is still not on 100%, but I'm feeling good, so I'm not sick anymore. It's just that my voice hasn't recovered all the way. By the way, you see I just killed an Okochi again, and I have 1.2 million HP. After killing the Okochi and everything else the enemy base has. So the longer I fight, the stronger I actually even become. The more impossible it becomes to actually kill me. This is the Okochi, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what it looks like when I play the damn thing. I don't like this robot, and I don't like how it plays. Mostly what I would change is there has to be a much higher mitigation of damage that you can bring through his resistance. He's like completely immune basically with this ability against everything except I think bomb effect. And the other thing is the Okochi should never have gotten a Deft Survivor, Clever Survivor skill set. Pixonic, you know it exactly. You know damn well that this robot should not have gotten that. The Ophion didn't get it, and there's a reason for that as well, because the Ophion is just as ridiculous if you would allow it to get a guaranteed no-brain second ability charge at 50%. You already have almost no time to kill an Ophion before he's in the second flight ability, or in the next one, yeah? But if you gave him Deft Survivor, there was a guaranteed next ability flight you can't do anything about, and that's the same thing that the Ophion has. And that's why it has to be very well considered which robots actually get a Deft Survivor, Clever Survivor skill. That is very, very important because this is game-breaking balancing in the works here. Not taking care of that means absolutely neglecting your responsibility as a game developer to balance a multiplayer game in a way where, well, the gameplay works. I'm not even saying where everything is balanced, because I mean that train has left the station for a long time ago, but where at least the gameplay works. Look at this stupid Ophion. I kept it a little up in the air because it didn't land, and its shield stays active. How long is that gonna last, I wonder? That the shield of the Orpheon lasts as long as it takes for the Orpheon robot to touch the ground. Sometimes you can enlarge that even further if you, for example, choke him at the end of his ability span, and then you will have, during the entire choke ability of the Mutant Titan, still has his shield. And I'm not sure if he would regenerate his cooldown in the meantime. I think the cooldown only resets actually once once he touches on the ground and disables the shield. But excuse me. So matter of fact is this robot is breaking the game on a level that hasn't really been seen often before, and I've said this from day one. This is even the unknown Ochokochi, so the more ridiculous version with even more health. And of course, we have the legendary pilot on it as well. Now, the Okochi had received a nerf in the meantime, by the way. Remember when I banned this robot from this channel? It was in the pre-nerf phase where the cooldown was like 5 or 7 seconds or some complete crazy nonsense like that. I mean, how is it possible to mess up like that? But you know, the theory is, or I'm not even sure if it's a theory anymore, is that it's not really much of a mess up if it keeps happening and things like that, and if they get this feeling of intention. But now it is no longer that ridiculous. It has a longer cooldown now between its abilities. Still a really short cooldown considering what the ability does for him, but at least there's an opening in between where you can fight him now, and that's why the robot is no longer banned from the channel. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hasn't changed too much, I would say. If you play it well and you are aware of your cooldown and you equip Phase Shift, for example, you can still basically come out with only 6-7 seconds in which you are vulnerable, because the other time you're on Phase Shift, you're able to walk behind cover or whatever, you know? But yeah, so that is one forbidden setup that we have been using here in this video. My apology to every enemy who has been on the receiving end of this robot. It is not a fair fight. It clearly is not. You can't win this battle. You simply cannot. It's not possible. Plain and simply impossible to win the fight. Even if you bring the other Ochokochi, and then it's really about, you know, cooldown management and ability management, timing, and so on, map awareness. But other than that, it's a guaranteed loss for you if you don't have that thing. So yeah, for now, thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video, and Manny signing off.